Shocker, the birthplace of the Confederacy is still represented today by a senator who seeks to elevate white nationalists. All that and more now on Graph's Grievances. The cradle of the Confederacy. On February 4th, 1861, delegates from the seceded Southern states convened in Montgomery, Alabama, to establish the Confederate States of America. It would be from here that Confederate President Jefferson Davis would direct his troops to wage war against the United States. Davis saying that the federal government of the U.S. was usurping its authority by forcing the states to abolish slavery. At times owning more than 100 slaves, Davis believed firmly that black people were inferior to white people, and that slavery was, quote, a form of civil government for those who by their nature are not fit to govern themselves. Davis was the epitomization of a white supremacist, or, according to Oxford English Dictionary, a person who believes that white people constitute a superior race and should therefore dominate society, typically to the exclusion or detriment of other racial or ethnic groups. And while one might hope that almost 160 years after the Civil War ended, the birthplace of the Confederacy would no longer be led by a defender of white supremacy, that is sadly not the case. Alabama's current United States Senator, Tommy Tuberville, has repeatedly gone out of his way to defend white nationalists. Back in May, the senior senator from the one-time cradle of the Confederacy blamed poor military recruitment figures on Democrats wanting to keep, quote, white extremists and white nationalists out of our armed forces. When asked to clarify whether he believes white nationalists should be able to serve in the military, Tuberville said, quote, they call them that, I call them Americans. The former college football coach doubling down on his inflammatory comments this week. Tuberville telling CNN that just because someone is a white nationalist, that doesn't make them a racist. Saying, quote, my opinion of a white nationalist, to me, is an American. When confronted by CNN with the actual definition of white nationalist, as someone who believes that the white race is superior to other races, Tuberville said, quote, well, that's some people's opinion. Tuberville's repeated defense of white nationalists sparking backlash on Capitol Hill. Senate Majority Leader Democrat Chuck Schumer saying, quote, the senator from Alabama is wrong, wrong, wrong. The definition of white nationalism is not a matter of opinion. And Senate Minority Leader Republican Mitch McConnell telling reporters white nationalism is, quote, unacceptable, and white supremacy is simply unacceptable in the military and in the whole country. This bipartisan denunciation finally resulting in Senator Tuberville saying late yesterday, for the first time, that, quote, white nationalists are racist, but refusing to apologize for his past remarks. Tuberville's much-delayed acknowledgement of reality likely cold comfort to the nearly 2 million Black Alabamians he represents. Alabama has a greater percentage of black people, at 27%, than all but 4 states. Tuberville's defense of an extremist movement responsible for centuries of violence and hate in America should disqualify him from public life. But because the Republican Party has totally lost its way and will literally coddle anyone who wins elections under their banner, totally amoral, racist sympathizers continue to serve at the highest public offices in this country. Thanks for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think, and please subscribe.